Hi guys, what's going on, and welcome back to another episode of Total War Arena. So, since I'm a bit short on time and no particularly video ideas popped into my head, I thought we'll just have a bit of casual live gameplay with the Barbarian Falxmen, since these are sort of one of my favourite units at the moment, even though they're struggling a little bit with the archers. Although tomorrow there is a patch coming out which is going to be addressing that, although that's probably yesterday when this comes out, so it should already be fixed, but this is pre the micro patch. So let's hop into a game and see how we get on. So we are loading into the battle marathon. Looks like we've got pretty good matchmaking. Everyone is tier 5, so we can probably assume the same is going to be true for the enemy team. Spawn over here near the forests because barbarians obviously tend to do quite well in the forest, because obviously get the mobility bonus, so they get 25% melee attack and melee defense bonus compared to being out in the open, which obviously makes them a lot more effective at fighting in forests. What else have we got on our team? Quite a lot of infantry units kicking around, a few ranged units, well, quite a few ranged units, two lots of archers and some slingers, so we've got to be a bit careful. Let's move more over to this side of the forest. Prefer to be this side, gives you a bit more flexibility to sort of escaping out in the open, because there's normally some players in the open. So that's normally my preference. Obviously this is all live, so no guarantee this is going to be a good game, but hopefully you get to hear my thought process sort of as we go along, if nothing else. We'll use dash to get a bit of speed up and get into the forest. Obviously running with Vercingetorix with my Falxmen. I know some people prefer to use Arminius. Yeah, Arminius. Not something I've tried yet. Something we'll definitely have to do to try out. I tried it out with Boudica. We did a Boudica as an infantry commander video, but I still prefer Vercingetorix at the moment. So let's have a go. Just chase off these citizen cavalry. Obviously struggling for speed in the forest, but unfortunately we still can't catch them. So it's no help to us, so let's pull back in, sort of regroup. If they're just going to be foolish enough to... I will charge them out of the long grass if they want to do that. I wonder if they can see me here. It's an interesting thought. Oh, some tier 4... Oh, and archers! Run away from archers! Okay. Let's try and get out of here. We just get absolutely slaughtered by archers as the Falxmen, because they're just really effective against us. I will have a go against these citizen cavalry though, if I can engage them. This is where I could really use a hamstring ability, but unfortunately we don't get that till tier 6. So it's not something I can use. Of course, one of them to rout, but can't get them to go away to kill that many of them, unfortunately, by the looks of it. Let's try and run into this routed unit. Get a bit of damage up against them. Looks like these Romans are going to engage us. Okay, so we've been engaged by the Romans. Let's bring in reinforcement. These archers are becoming a real problem. Let's defiance them already. They're using their abilities on us. They're pushing right into us, which is probably a good move on their part. But let's get some flames into the back of them. Try and accrue up a little bit of damage. And then let's go and get in some support on the side flank. There we go. Let's hit defiance straight away. And let's bring in the next unit. Where are we going to go? We'll probably come around this side, see what we can do. We're getting quite a bit of damage on them with the flames, which is good. We could throw another flame before we get stuck in. Probably wouldn't be a bad move. This unit's taken an awful lot of damage. They're trying to pull us onto the flame, which is probably wise. So let's just flank them. Sod it. See if we can get round enough to get onto the side of this flank. Let's try and get this guy specifically to try and rout. These archers are going to cause me so many issues. Maybe I should just send this unit for the archers instead. This could be an error, because they're just going to kill me within sort of seconds, really. And they're Arminius archers, so I'm not even going to be able to do anything against them. And our archers are miles away. That's very unfortunate. I think that sort of spells the end for us, because I'm not going to be able to catch up really at all. Try and use our speed to keep away from these guys. Obviously they're barbarian archers, so they're the best sort of archers for killing us, because they've got the speed that I haven't got. Although we are kind of catching them. Oh, and slingers as well, just to top it off. Brilliant. So every possible ranged unit with a unit with no shields and no body armor. Let's try and catch up with these guys a little bit. I kind of caught up a little bit with some of these slingers. We can get a little bit of damage on. How are these guys down here getting on? We are winning, but not very conclusively. And we've taken a lot of casualties in the process. We managed to kill one unit of slingers, but unfortunately not really enough to help us. Let's finish off that little unit of Hastati. Are these stars still engaged? No, let's pull them back into the forest. Try and keep them sort of vaguely alive. Right, you guys start moving again. Oh, speed. Oh, the volley. The volley power of these slingers. Oh, man. And he is going to be dead any second. And there he goes. Okay. So, it hasn't really gone very well as a start, but it looks like we're going to win the battle convincingly. We've got a reasonable amount of aggression points killing all those Hastati. And Vercingetorix somehow survived, which was a spot of luck. But yeah, the archers are just so effective against barbarians, because obviously these Falxmen have no shields, and obviously aren't wearing any body armour at all, so they just get cut down, particularly by things like the slingers, which have that direct fire. It's just so effective against them. You know, it's very hard to do any significant damage. So let's keep to the forest because it gives us a bit of cover. Obviously we can't catch the cavalry, and the enemy are sort of all slingers really. So there's no point really going after any of them. There's archers there. Archers, slingers, slingers. Does the enemy have anything other than archers and slingers? No. Okay, the entire enemy team consists of archers, slingers or cavalry. And there's one unit here that we don't know about. I wonder what that is. Could be artillery, but I've not seen any shots coming out. So my inclination is maybe to flank round here and either go for their base or push into this long grass where they're not going to be able to see me properly. And maybe we could catch up with one of the units of slingers that's perhaps not expecting us, something like that. It looks like we've got some AFK Principes. Do we go for them and go for the points, or try and go for some of these slingers in the long grass? I've got to be careful because we might have got spotted by those guys and we'll become vulnerable if we're not careful. Ooh, it's a tough one. My inclination is that we're going to win the battle, so let's just go for points. Because by this we'll get capping points and we should be able to do a bit of damage. Let's run over here. Throw some flames on those guys. Oh, they're still alive. Okay, not expected, not expected. Run. Turn around, you fools. Hadn't expected them to still be... I didn't realise they were actually defending me, so I thought they were an AFK player. Because to show you can't be too careful. We've got some tier 5 Libyan hoplites coming. So let's just loiter around here. We're getting capping points. Obviously my flame was a little bit wasted. And I've got lots of pillars to use against me. Killing what few remains of my troops to try and dodge them a little bit. So that phalanx is engaged. And it's being now flanked by cavalry. I just want to try and prevent it being flanked by these infantry. Although this second unit, or third unit, is probably going to engage me as soon as I engage these guys. Which of course it is. So let's just go Defiance and let's hold out to the end. We'll go for a sort of final fight down. And try and get as many kills as we can. I'm not going to get very many because we're mostly knocked down before we manage to get back up. So our Defiance is going to end pretty quickly. Have they activated Vengeance? They have. Yeah, I think quite a lot far from some friendly slingers. Well, I might as well leave him to do that. I'm going to die anyway. And last man was Vercingetorix himself fighting on. Oh, let's get him out then if he can escape. Vercingetorix is still alive. And reinforcements are turning up. Oh, he's stuck on a dead player. Okay, there we go, he's out. Ooh. See how much of a pest we can be to these few remaining archers. Okay, that was quite funny. Oh, there he goes. He finally met his match. Okay, looks like we've got this game in the bag. That wasn't too bad. We got a few extra cap points. I got caught out by this guy not being AFK. I would have used my flames slightly differently if I knew that was going to be the case. But still, we've won. Not a too bad opening game. Yeah, just got to really watch out for the ranged units with Falxmen because they just really sort of suffer pretty terribly from that. What sort of space speed do these guys get? Momentum. It only gives them 16%. I think we are quite a bit quicker than these archers anyway with the Falxmen. And I think that's why we were catching them with the forest. And we did catch those slingers up. It was just a bit unlucky. We had 3 units of slingers and 3 units of archers to contend with. And as well as 3 units of Hastati. So it was just all a bit much for our guys a bit there. These guys are now thoroughly sandwiched. Obviously, no longer friendly fire from allied hoplites, so these guys can push into the back in hoplite formation without worrying about causing any friendly fire damage to the allied sword infantry. So, last few guys just being finished off. Who else have we got? Oh, these guys are still alive, of course. Looks like some light artillery has opened up on them. It's definitely a class I would like to research as well as a bit more light artillery. These guys are really quite strong in the current meta. Yeah, using Scylla, which is obviously the obvious one, particularly with the whip, makes them insanely fast because they have a really high base movement speed. And then when you get that plus 60% movement speed with whip, makes them really good. Yeah, the rate of fire on those guys is just brutal. Not a lot left for these poor archers. One archer left. There we go, he's dead. There's obviously a few more enemy archers hiding in the long grass, but we're going to cap out anyway, so that is that for that game. Good. We've won one. I didn't perform too badly. Well, it wasn't great, really. So, we'll have another game, see how we get on. Let's have a quick check on the screen. We probably got pushed down quite a few places when, yeah, we didn't get in on the cap. Still, 4,600 points, not too bad. A bit of free experience and unit experience. We've not got too much further to go. I've got everything I want upgraded on these guys. So we've not got too much further to go to the tier 6. We'll unlock them. Vercingetorix has already made it to tier 6, so that'll be pretty cool. I'm really looking forward to getting the hamstring ability, that movement speed. That would have been really useful against those Greek cavalry that we engaged right at the start of the game, because we'd have been able to hold them in place. That would have been super effective. But anyway, let's start the next game and I'll see you all in the battle. So we are loading into the Winter Alps map. We've got a fair spread of matchmaking on this one, from sort of tier 4 up to tier 6s, and then quite a few tier 5s, which is obviously what I'm at in the middle. Hopefully we stand a reasonable chance. Just wait for this one man to load in. See, as usual, I'm going to be aiming to go for the forest. Either side, whichever one I spawn in, that doesn't matter. This side, so we want a spot like that would be ideal. Okay, so we'll push up to the edge, get visibility on this triangle, see if anything's coming across. If not, we'll probably push through and see about flanking around the back here. And if there is, we'll see what it is and possibly engage depending on what we encounter. What's the sort of team layout? Some ranged, some artillery. A little bit less ranged on our team than the last game, so hopefully, fingers crossed, that's reflected on the enemy team. Yes, range, obviously the scourge of Falxmen. So let's just get moving straight away. Get straight into this this forest. We want to be going up to the edge to get to the visibility over here. You've got to be careful. I see a lot of people try and do this trick, but come really too close to the edge. When from the outside, you'll see, as if we push across here, that you get a bit of visibility, not just up to the edge of the forest, but that first, like, couple of meters into the forest. So, yeah, if you stand, you know, really close to the edge, sort of here, you will still be visible, even though you're in the forest. So you've got to be careful about that. So, looks like we've got some legionaries on the edge. Dreaded archers, tier 6 archers at that, so we've got to watch out for them. But you see, yeah, by standing back, I still get full visibility. We lose a little bit here, but that's irrelevant. You know, we get full visibility with nothing, and so there's no need to stand right on the edge. It's just pointless, and you just get seen. So, the Romans are pushing right into the centre. It looks like the archers are going with them. Doesn't look like anything is particularly coming our way. We've not got a lot in the centre other than cavalry. Some Hastati, but they're just going to melt if they get engaged by those Romans. Where's the bulk of our sort of higher tier units? Got some guys over there and in the forest who are having a nice start. The Punic mercenaries pretty effectively routing some of these guys. So really it's kind of be down to us to maybe try and engage some of these guys. These archers are going to be a problem for me. It looks like these legionaries might be coming from the forest. Which obviously if they are, that gives me favourable engagement terms. I'll take it. Okay, let's push in. They're going to go for a forest for me. I will certainly have that fight. Let's settle them on fire. Immediately get Defiance activated because this is going to be a really tough fight. They're trying to push into me there. Problem is, they're going to be these archers are going to turn on me any second, I would have thought. These guys, cavalry is going for them. Excellent. That is exactly what we wanted. The Romans are in retreat. Jeez, obviously, no. You pull back out of the flames, please. But these guys need to stay in the forest. One of the Romans is routing, which is a good start. Means we've done quite a lot of damage to him, and he should have lost his vengeance. I'm going to push these guys back down. And let's see if we can get stuck in here. Should be able to beat these guys convincingly. These guys obviously are not in Vengeance. One is. Only one is in Vengeance. Okay, that's interesting. Looks like we've got some friendly Celeres getting stuck into the back as well. The thing's looking pretty good. We've used all our abilities. Let's keep our focus on these guys now. We're still largely getting the melee attack bonus from the forest, which is good. And one of them is routing again, which is exactly what we want. Let's try and get as much damage on this guy as we can. These are good because these are the tier 6 guys. These are the main threat to our team. And it looks like the balance of power is really tipping in our favour. So this is exactly what we want to happen. Let's keep these guys pushing down and trying to get maximum damage on these guys as they rout. Let's just push through and go for a charge. See if we can catch a few of them in there. They're actually getting away better than I would like. Got another getting them to rout again. We're sort of really blobbing now in our attack as we chase after them. But I thought all these guys are going to stand up again soon. Yes, they are, so we can get some damage on these guys as they stand up. Okay, let's reform. Well, let's get a few extra kills on these guys as they're in the middle of our troops. And let's start to push towards him and reform. Looks like they're getting stuck into another fight. So we want to go and move in and assist where we can. So let's come in. We've got enemy Falxmen in here. Let's throw a fire right into the middle of that lot if we can. That might make them disinclined to stand in and attack us here, although they seem to still wanting to do that. But that means they're just standing in fire. So hopefully it means we can focus on these enemy legionaries, get them killed, and then we can turn on the enemy Falxmen. Because they can't fight me through the fire, I've trapped them on that side of the rock, and we can focus down these enemies. There we go. Good, that's those Romans completely finished. So let's get away from the fire. We've still got a good amount of unit health. We should be able to beat these enemy Falxmen. Plus I would have thought Defiance, yes, Defiance is recharged now as well. So we've got that back as well, which is good. Okay, let's send one unit around that way. I'm going to chase 2 units down here. Oops, didn't quite mean to engage as a blob like that, but let's push around this rock. I'm inclined to activate Defiance again soon, maybe. But we've got all these friendly cavalry look on scene now. Come on guys, keep moving. They're routing, they'll be dead in a second. Let's use the charge to get stuck in. If there's anything left, we might as well activate Defiance, but there's nothing even left to fight, is there really? They're all dead. Okay, excellent. So we've got nearly 3,000 aggression points. Is there anything else left to fight? A couple of units of enemy Hastati. Some war dogs down there. I don't know why these punic mercenaries don't want to engage them. I think of no, Vercingetorix war dogs. That's a little bit different. Most war dog players tend to use Boudica or Arminius for the mobility bonus. So yes, let's push down the hill. Yes, that went pretty well. We got quite a lot of aggression points early on. We managed to kill those tier 6 Romans, which is exactly what we wanted to do. Obviously it worked out quite well because they moved into the forest, which is obviously giving me that great 25% melee attack bonus, which is really probably the most useful thing that you can get. So it's sort of fighting on my terms, and then we're able to get that fire in behind them. So they were either burning or and trying to run away from the fire, which obviously if a unit runs across my unit, then they're not doing any damage to me, and I can get a lot of free damage on them. So that makes it quite effective. I'm not going to bother engaging that dog unit because he's dead already before I can get there. Looks like this battle is going to be over in a second. We're just using our dash and charge just to gain as much ground as we can. See if we can get into the enemy base. Maybe get a few cap points before it all finishes. We've got to watch out for these stakes. Don't want to run into them. They'll do damage to us quite quickly. Send all our Falxmen in and amongst them. Come on guys, get into the cap circle. There we go, we've got some units in, so we can start accruing a few cap points. Oh, these guys are accruing cap points as well. Oops, a bit of friendly fire possibly going on here from friendly archers. Ooh, quite a lot of friendly fire. Okay, cool. Let's just blob into the centre. It looks like we're going to cap them out any second. I don't think we're going to really realistically be able to chase after this unit of auxiliary cavalry. Hopefully, if these guys just stay in, we should cap out because we're going to gain us another 1,000 points on the cap. So, not all in all too bad. Excellent. 2 victories. I'll take that for a live recording. That went pretty well. Normally, I end up playing terribly on these sort of things. So, yeah, I'll certainly take that as a double win and not even played too badly. Again, another nice amount of experience with the 1400 experience, getting pretty close to those tier 6s now. So yes, that went pretty well. Hopefully you've enjoyed that. Yeah, these guys do excel at killing Romans, particularly if you can bait Romans into the forest. That's just lovely, and then get a nice flame behind them like that. That's exactly how these guys play out, and obviously it goes to show how these can take on higher tier units in that sort of circumstances. If we were the tier 6, we would have absolutely slaughtered those Romans, and we'd have been able to hamstring them so they wouldn't have been able to escape as well. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel for more Total War Arena content, and thanks guys, I shall see you all on the next episode.